What? We always have to do this. I know. Yeah, so that means I'm not as vocal. It's alright, I'll take it. We're on live? We're good? What's up, everybody? We're the Freestyle Freaks. I'm Ralphie Ryan on HamiltonRadio.net. I'm flanked here by my right hand man, Billy the Kid. What is up? How is your day? And listen, how was your weekend? How's everything leading up to this?
Man, good. I can't complain. And even if I did, nobody would care. But
I mean, listen, we are humans. We are allowed to complain every so often. You know what I'm saying? It's part of human nature. It's a privilege. That's something we just do. Complain. Hey.
time and place for it, man. Like now, like I don't know. Like in this technology age, everybody in their phones and stuff, man.
Well, yeah, that is true. That is true. I mean, I think our complaining has now gotten to a more personable. It's on Facebook and
that's one thing I wouldn't do. I wouldn't put nothing I'm going through on social media ever.
It's there's a limitation onto what you should and you should not, and you can and you cannot, and it's a do not put stuff on the book. I mean, Twitter's a different story. Twitter's like a free for all kind of social media kind of thing.
Didn't do it. Well, not what I'm going through.
Well, I mean, I feel that Twitter's more of a more open platform than Facebook. Facebook, everything's monitored, so and it's more like my real tight friends are on Facebook with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's Facebook is more personable and.
What'd you focus more on Twitter when you post? What do you focus more on?
Besides
bashing Trump.
The do nots of Facebook. Like I'm more radical on posting on Twitter than versus Facebook. Facebook. My daughter has Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah. She's a friend of mine, so I remember
keep it PG,
before my daughter was, on Facebook, I would go crazy. I was probably up there with you as a meme king. You know what I'm saying? If not, I was one of the originators of putting some outrageous post up. I didn't need a group or anything like that. It was just, but ever since my daughter has
had to tone it down,
I have to more or less PG. 13, and so it kind of removes my whole entire personality off Facebook, because, most of the time it's either pictures, post, and then me going on a crazy rant, which I still do, but on a lower scale.
Tone down.
Lower tone.
I don't post everything that I want to post on my Facebook because I'm still friends with my mom, so. Like the stuff that I do post, and people are like, yo, like you post some crazy stuff. It's stuff in the archives that just can't make it to social media because my mom and some of the church people. I try to keep it civil.
Well, you're not.
I don't even try to curse.
I don't think it would be. How should I say it? How should I word it? I don't think it'd be right to post stuff that shouldn't be posted on Facebook, I guess. I
don't like how they throw you on Facebook jail for a post when you got it off of Facebook.
Facebook is a modern Babylon. It's it's connected all languages of every single nation. You are connected from people to people, from here to there. It's its own world. Like you said, you get through you into Facebook jail. They can ban you
for something that you got from Facebook.
Exactly. They built your profile on what you like, what you say, what you search. So you have a profile on Facebook. God bless you. and not
Usually,
necessarily,
I've never sneezed on air. That's the first time.
and not necessarily mean that your profile on Facebook reflects the person you are in real life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know they painted a picture of who you are on Facebook, but in real life they don't know who you are.
At all.
So, um, I guess that's why I've toned it down. Because my little one. But on Twitter, not many of people that are very, very highly tight to me are on Facebook. Like, my daughter doesn't have a Twitter page.
Right.
So, I guess I kind of do a free for all. Like I said, I talk all kinds of insane shit on there.
Yeah, yeah, that's the real outlet to let out right there.
I mean, but I also have not posted too much, because, you know, media is some of it is staged, some of it you don't know what media is real anymore. It's like sports is the only outlet that and some of that is written. I mean, like,
hmm
so it's like, what do you do? It's real life. Your real life around you is your media and your news. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever happens in our local town is, to me, is more logical news, because you don't know what you turn on Fox, CNN, and you don't know what is staged and what's real.
5 different people with 20 different stories.
Yeah, But I definitely understand. It's definitely real. You know what I'm saying?
So skip that. How was your weekend?
My weekend was alright. My weekend was of course it was work. I mean, I think I work more throughout. I think I work more throughout the week. I have more Saturday and Sunday off, kind of deal. That's my weekend. Boring, yes. It is what it is. But I do more work. My weekend, I jumped in a pool this weekend, relaxed a little. Did a little, drank a couple beers. It's relaxed with the family, relaxed with friends and everything. It was a lot of the relaxation norm. It's getting ready for the next child coming in. It's the realization it'll be almost a month away. So it's getting there. It's
Yeah, gotta prepare, my man. Gotta
preparing.
prepare.
We're in the midst of preparing. It's
You're gonna be up all night.
moving this around, moving that around. It's kind of
Making baby bottles, making sure the temperature's right, diapers. Wait till they get some substance.
well, I mean, to be honest with you, the first, going through it with my daughter, it felt like a journey. It felt like, honest to God, it felt like it was a lot of work. And now I look back and I'm like, it wasn't that much work. It was, it was just, listen, you're a parent. Work is being a parent. Parenting is parenting. It's work, but
Man,
and it's also rewarding at times. Like today, I was off. She was with me. I said, "You want to go get a cheesesteak?" So I went to go get a cheesesteak, and the first thing she said, "It's not bad, but it's not Gino's."
mm.
So I was like, "Man, that's my daughter." So, other than that, chilling, working. Getting ready for life altering thing, life changing.
Oh yeah.
Thinking up some different things to, working on different things. Putting together things. Working on different ventures on the side, I guess.
Certain projects.
Certain projects.
Yeah.
You
What
know,
about the DJ thing? You kicking off with that?
I'm DJing towards the end of the month, and I think it might be the 23rd or the 25th. It might be both days. I do not know. I gotta make sure. I gotta confirm that. I might not. I gotta confirm those days.
Where you gonna be?
McGuinn's on
Yeah.
that Saturday. Yep, the Saturday. That Saturday I'll be at McGuinn's.
So, but, man, it's a lot. But the 20 something of this month.
25th, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, September
it's
seems pretty busy too. September is a busy month.
the last month of August. It's always the busiest because that's your last hurrah of the summer. That's like the last.
Mm-hmm.
You know, once you step into September, it's like you're into this fall mode, school mode.
Yeah.
You know, you're ready into the next phase of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Back already.
Yeah.
Already, man.
This summer was quick, wasn't it?
Yeah. Ready to kick these kids on out of here even quicker. Yep, they got to go.
I mean, it happens. Listen, it happens.
Good thing is both of them going to the same school this year. You know, so you drop them off in one shot, pick them up in one shot. After school program, they both in the same location. That makes hella difference.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. These little babysitters in camps, man. They could run you, man. They could run you a grip. You know,
I
every
do.
time.
I definitely understand that. My daughter was going to a camp until recently, and we just decided to pull her out of it and keep her home. Just keeping it real, just easier to keep her home and save the money and just make sure because my daughter, I would every time I would work, I had to work in the morning or if I had to work at 11, I'd keep her till like 9. And then take her to camp, you know what I'm saying? Because she found it that miserable, and I felt bad. I felt bad that
Yeah.
she was going there. So, me and my wife thought, let's just take her out of there. So,
I don't see how people do it, man. Especially when you got like 5, 6, 7 more kids. And
Sometimes,
summertime
listen,
come, you got to send them
sometime-
all off somewhere.
sometimes you got to do it to do it at work. But
Now camp, then if you got like 6, 7 kids, the older one is the counselor. That's the camp counselor. She
Well,
watch all the other
I mean-
ones. You got to utilize the ages.
I am definitely keeping my daughter now home from camp. It's just we're not doing the before or after school program. We're just gonna keep her. My wife's gonna be home now for a while, so she's gonna she's gonna whatever she's gonna do. She's gonna take her and she's like, I'm gonna make sure I walk to that school every day or go to the school every day and pick her up, make sure nobody's messing with her. So
Right.
um,
That's what's up.
so it's normal. So my idea for talking on the radio today is to come up with something with some substance. So I came up, with a simple topic, a couple categories of who's the best hip hop artist of all time. Did I like, oh, wait a minute. I gotta think.
Yeah, you automatically, like hip hop fans, automatically got to run through their archives in their mind. It's like you're running through all of these files.
Who is the top 3 best lyrically? Who is the best all time? Who is the best battler?
Yeah, 'cause you definitely got to break them down into categories.
Definitely. I mean, definitely. Who's the best storyteller? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like
Storyteller, I got 2. I got 2
Tupac,
right off the
Tupac,
bat.
Tupac.
I got Big and Slick Rick.
I think Slick. I think Tupac. I think Big is probably my best ever, hands down.
Yeah, Big was a good storyteller. Big could walk you through
I
some
mean-
stuff like cinematic.
Well, Big. I don't know if you heard the, like everybody heard Big. How his delivery, but there was one song. I heard this song recently, and the track. The track is it's insane. It's called "Kiss Goodnight."
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever heard that track.
Oh yeah. He said, "Make your mouthpiece so beats like Della Reese. When I release, you lose teeth like little C's. Please, blood flood your dungarees, and
Yo,
that's
let me
just
tell
the
you.
half of my warpath." That's the intro.
Let me tell you that track. If you hear it,
Yeah, that's
and you
the
understand
intro.
it word for word, it was probably one of the last the best diss songs that he ever laid down. But that was his last diss song for Tupac.
Yeah, he like
He dissed him
He-
while he was dead.
he created
This
that
track,
that subliminal diss.
this
I
track-
could diss
this-
without
yeah.
saying a name.
This track was released supposedly after his death.
Yeah.
To me, next to Ether, one of the hardest diss songs.
Ether always gonna be in that top 5. Always.
To me, Ether is probably top 3. I don't
Yeah.
There's a top 3 if Kiss Goodnight and Ether is probably best 2. I wouldn't know which one's the third. That's just me.
I can't sleep on Ice Cube's diss to NWA, No Vaseline. That was hard back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he dissed the whole squad solo.
Yeah.
And then Common came back. A lot of people don't know this, but Common came back and dissed Ice Cube and West Side Connection. He dissed him, Mac 10, and Dub C solo in Cali at the House of Blues. Like, it ain't getting no harder than that. Like,
Yeah,
you
that's
dissed
hard.
him
That's
and you in A-Turf and you solo.
Yeah,
So I think that got to go down as one of the hardest for me too. And Common just a little soft-spoken
what's
dude
your-
from Chicago.
What's one of your favorite tracks? Favorite tracks
Just of all time.
of all time. Top 3 tracks of all time.
Probably have to be something that I heard the most. And if it's something that I heard the most, I gotta narrow that down to Jay-Z. I listen to him the most out of everybody. And if I could get that one track that I would just play over and over and over and over again, it's from Life and Times of Sean Carter, Volume 2. It's a song that's called Think There's Been a Murder. And this beat comes on in the intro. I don't know if I remember correctly. It goes, we hustle from night to morning, dawn to dusk, kidnapping robberies like you going with us. He said we held roundtable meetings so we could go and discuss not only money but all the emotions going through us. Why we don't cry when brothers die? That's how the street rages. Look in the air and say a prayer, hoping God forgave us. And that's the intro. And
That's
the
deep,
beat
that's deep.
and the beat is ill. It got like this real heartfelt, like this cinematic emotional beat, and it's to me is vintage Jay, like because he was hungry when he first came out compared to like where he is now. But you strike that middle, and that middle just kind of harnessed both of them. And I feel like you'll never find like that was like Jordan in his prime right there. Like when he came out, he came in with this mission, with this purpose. He was undeniable, all the way to where he is now. Like you look at him
So
now,
you think Jay-Z's the king of New York right now?
King of New York.
Or king of hip hop? What do you think?
I'm gonna say
I can't say king of hip hop. I can't.
honestly. I'm gonna say
be.
I'm gonna say king of hip hop.
I don't agree.
All right, you tell me why not.
Why not? I just
Yeah.
don't think he is. I don't think he has earned the crown. King of New York, yes, but the king of hip hop, no. It's just me.
The reason I say he is king of hip hop
I mean, you got Childish Gambino.
because
I
listen,
mean, you got
no
you
matter
got some lyricists out there.
no matter what
There's still a
hip
lot
hop
going,
group
man.
that you put him in and you mention his name, he is always Big Homie. They look at him as Big Homie, like the same way they call Snoop Uncle Snoop. He don't got to be the best in the game out right now, but his character and credibility is just respectable from state to state, city to city, street to street. Like,
Well, he's
I mean,
he's
could
more internationally known than your regular.
word.
local
I mean, like, go down to Texas and get love from Bun B and Swisher House and them. Go out to Cali, get love from everybody from Snoop Dogg to the Game. Come all the way to the East Coast. You know, he get love there.
Well,
go to
listen,
Midwest with Twister and all of
Hip
them.
hop at one time was not like that. Hip hop was very territorial. It was broken down east, west, and south. That was it. And
Yeah,
there was
all the
no
way to
there was no north. There was just east, west, and south. And back then you couldn't just go to. You're from the east. You couldn't go to the west. I mean, some could. But
It's crazy because I mean, like, it started in East. West came in with the Game Changer with NWA and all of them. Then next thing you know, the South came in. Like once that East Coast West Coast war started happening, Puff and them kind of made them dance. Puff kept the party going. They had the shiny suits, him and Mace, and from there the beat took on something within itself. People had already been through the tragedy. They had already been through. Like, we lost some greats. We lost Tupac. We lost Biggie. We lost Jam Master Jay. Like, how do you lose Jam Master Jay? Not to mention, like, people non-violent. Like, you lost Pun. You lost Big L. You know what I'm saying? You lost Freaky Ty. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was violence or it wasn't. Like, and hip hop was on the rise. Pun was on the rise too.
Listen, Pun was a heavy hitter. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Yo,
Pun
if you think now, if these dudes were still alive, they would be worth. They would. I feel like they'd be like your first hip hop billionaires. Like Big, I feel like would have hit $1 billion. Pac would have hit $1 billion.
Well, look at Jay-Z. He's on its way. I mean,
they are. They just reached. Him and Beyonce together got a total network of 1.255. You know, so 1,255,000,000. That's combined now. And he said that once he hit $1 billion, he was going to retire. Dre.
Well, he didn't hit the $1 billion himself. He hit the $1 billion with her.
Word.
So now, he ain't retired.
Now Dre came close. Dre came close
listen,
when he sold the
only
beats.
thing I don't understand about Jay-Z is like he retires and he works on something else. Then he says he's retiring and he works on something else. And
but this,
by the time he retires, he's gonna have 50 different ventures.
This is another reason why I say he king of hip hop. This man been in the game for what, over 20 years? Over 20 years, right?
So is Nas.
But he's the only one that can come in and give you something that you've never seen, let alone heard before. Something that you've never seen before. What he did about a year or two ago with the Magna Carta was he dropped that unannounced, and it was only exclusive on Samsung. This one he was trying to get Tidal off the ground. At this time, Tidal had flopped, but it was only exclusive through Samsung, and everybody downloaded it that night, which made it tough, real hard for bootleggers. And he had already sold 1 million copies in that night alone. What he did was cut out the middleman who dictates when you go gold and when you go platinum. Everything is by SoundScans. Once you drop your album, once you sell 500,000, you're gold. You went gold. Once you sell about 1 million, you went platinum. 3 million, you 3 times platinum. You go 10 million, you went diamond. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson is probably like the only person who pretty much went diamond off of one album, and that was, I believe, Thriller. Nobody's ever topping that. Nobody.
You know that on average, I hear about 6 or 7 Michael Jackson songs a day.
Mm-hmm.
No lie.
Undeniable.
No lie.
Undeniable.
No lie.
I shit you. Like he was the king of pop, undeniably. You know what I'm saying? Like that man ran.
I still think he has that crown. I don't think he.
Word, even in death. You know, so I said that the reason he's king of hip hop because he bought that. Then next thing you know, Beyonce followed suit. When she dropped Lemonade, it was a visual album. She announced that to nobody. Again, it was only exclusive on the Samsung download. I don't know what their relationship is with the Samsung phone, but once 12 a.m. hit, you can download it. That eliminates not only the man who dictates whether you're going gold or platinum, but it also eliminates the bootleggers. Nobody can bootleg your stuff because your album is not even out yet. Then not to mention the fact you got control over people trying to share it. You can download it, but once you try to share it, it's shut down. At one point, if you go on YouTube and you try to look up Jay-Z and play some Rockefeller songs, it'll tell you that it's not available. That's influence. That's power. Like,
well, I mean, I can listen to Jay-Z songs right now. Now, because Tidal is doing good. You know, Tidal is doing awesome now. It's definitely on an uptick. Now, my beef with this, my main beef with hip hop in the whole, because I'm not going to narrow this down to east, west, north, south, or what. My biggest beef is this. We are the only genre of music, the only one who really doesn't pay homage to the predecessors, man. Like, it's important that you remember who Biggie is. It's important that you remember who Rakim is. It's important that you remember who Roxanne, Shantae, and all of them is. And it's like, the younger these generations get, they don't care to know about them. Like, we the only genre of music that'll diss each other. Garth Brooks not dissing Dolly Parton. Smokey Robinson never dissed Al Green. Or they never, this my biggest thing I hate. The younger generation to go, man, that's the old wave. We the new wave now. Smokey Robinson never said, man, forget them OJs, man. This is where it's at right here. They loved each other. They embraced each other's music. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how oldies made it. Now, man, like, like you need diss tracks, man. People selling a soul
for some type, for some type of popularity, man. You got dudes out there wearing sundresses, they carrying pocketbooks, they got mascara and stuff on, and they're trying to dumb this down and feed this to our kids and go, this the style, this the trend, like this what's going on. At one point, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand every generation got that cutoff where, like, the older beef with our generation, our pants were sagging. We had the Timberlands on, we had a 40 ounce. The older generation always gonna have beef. Like anybody who listened to Smokey Robinson and them back then, 9 times out of 10, their parents were churchgoers. They were churchgoers. Matter of fact, don't even bring music in my house. We don't want no music in here. So they used to sneak to go listen to Smokey Robinson. They used to sneak to go listen to Curtis Mayfield and Otis Redding and them. You know what I'm saying? But
I go to church and still listen to hip hop.
Church is incorporated in hip hop now. You look at Kurt Franklin and them. Here, be on the radio. Do you want a revolution? Whoop, whoop. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is the biggest genre of music right now.
And I want to
it's the biggest.
You're actually right. There's so much dissing and trying to get popularity that nobody's actually focused on the success. And if you notice that, I haven't listened to all the Jay-Z's tracks and everything like that, but from what I know, I don't think Jay-Z really had dissed anybody, or currently hasn't dissed anybody.
He did this Nas.
Does Nas?
And then Nas ate him up alive.
Yeah, no, Jay would get at you. Jay would get at you. Mm-hmm. But he's the king of subliminals. He'd do it without saying your name.
Nas,
Another reason why I say he the king of hip hop because
Nas definitely murdered him.
He brought Oprah Winfrey to Marcy Projects, and that was her entire show when Oprah was on. Well, Oprah don't even like hip hop. Oprah would tell you straight, I don't listen to hip hop. I listen to nobody. But she had this thing for Jay. She did. She had this thing for Jay. And Jay, she didn't invite Jay onto her show. Jay invited Oprah to Marcy Projects, and they sat on a stoop and they drank quarter waters from the bodega. Do you know the type of security that had to be out there? We talking presidential. Blocks shut down, security, whatever district precinct that they're in, all men, like calling all cars, and they locked that whole project down so Jay and Oprah could walk through, and that was her entire episode.
For what? What did she talk to about on her show?
Because Jay is it's undeniable. He's very influential. Like the stuff that he does behind the scenes. That's him. When he comes up with that, like this is a mastermind thinking, like, I want to go gold. I want to be rich. I'm sorry to say this. I'm sorry to say this, but the little Jewish white dude, you know what I'm saying? Call a spade a spade, you know what I'm saying? But like at one point, hip hop was sold out the back of cars, your tape, your cassette, all this other stuff. The more wealthier that it got, it became industrialized. Now it's big corporate high-rise buildings. Key prime example, it was a battle between KRS-One and Nelly back in the day. And that's when Nelly made that song, I Am Number One. That's a whole diss track to KRS. He said, I'm tired of people saying what's real hip-hop. Half the time it be the people who album flop. Mad because I'm hot. Mad because you not. That got a lot of airplay. Number One was a huge song. It was a number one song. Lyrically, KRS-One demolished him.
Number one.
Yeah. And he had people boycotting Nelly shows. But Nelly won in the long run because he's known in these high-rise buildings. His videos are played. Let's fast forward up to date. Nicki Minaj and Remy Ma was just beefing. It was just battling. Nicki throwing her subliminals. Remy came out and said names, and she went off of ether. Remy Ma went off of ether and ethered Nicki. Ethered her. But the whole thing was that Remy was won that battle, but at the end of the day, SoundScans, the popular vote, would say, well, Nicki won. Look how much money she got, man. She got cars, she got helicopters. That don't mean she won. No, hip-hop was vocal. Back when battle rap, man, like you didn't, battling was like somebody talking about your mom.
So who's your favorite battle rapper of all time?
So they just catapulted themselves. Mind you, my battle rap, not even in the industry. It's not in it. I actually watch battle rap. I watch URL. I watch Smack battle raps.
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite rapper?
In the industry? Like music industry. And I'm gonna say why.
The best of all.
I'm gonna say why. I'm gonna say it's Cassidy. For main reason, right? Like I done seen real rappers
Mine is Biggie.
get demolished.
Mine is Biggie.
Like I seen rappers get demolished in this battle rap thing. Cassidy
mine
went in there.
Biggie.
Cassidy went in there and left with a victory. They could have messed Cassidy's career all the way up. He's mainstream. Like he really has nothing to prove. These guys got everything to prove. One wrong slip or you stutter and you mess up, your career is done. Just like that. And now this person that nobody knew about skyrockets. And he went up against one of the best in the battle rap because the dude kept calling him out, and he put up $100,000 to battle.
Put up $100,000.
And that's each.
I come up with something too.
That's each. Cassidy said, if the money right, I'll come in there. He's like, he keep calling me out. I'm coming in there, but get the money right. And they came up with that 100,000. And that battle was so big that the first event got shut down. And they went to the basement of that arena, and they had kind of had the smaller the entourages down. And Cassidy and it was in Cali. And dude had his set of gang members over there, and Cassidy had, his squad there. But Cassidy thought, smart, I got to connect with some people where you're from. So that way y'all know not to do nothing stupid. It was strategic. So that way, I'm going to talk to you how I want to talk to you. Now it's even. The dynamics are even. And Cassidy went up there and did Cassidy things. He said Cassidy stuff. Cassidy is a problem straight out of Philly. And he went there and he held his own. And I felt like he left with a victory. So as far as industry wise, yeah, I'm going to go Cassidy. But I'm on the underground circuit. I mess with Charlie Clips. He's from Harlem, Newark, New Jersey, which is Shotgun Suge, Arsenal, Sue Surfing them. The battle rap arena is getting real popular, and they just had a pay-per-view. Now it's pay-per-view now. And Floyd Mayweather was just at this last one, and it was in Vegas. It was held in Vegas. And it's an underground scene, and it's blowing up. But it reminds me of exactly what hip-hop was back in the early 80s. Hip-hop was an underground circuit. All the people in them high-rise buildings, they didn't think hip-hop would make it this far. They thought it was a trend. They thought hip-hop was a fad, and it was going to fade out. Contrary to popular belief, it's the #1 genre of music to date.
Do you know?
I think still house music. The dance music is world.
And that's related. It's connected. You got that.
Do you remember the first hip hop artist to do a music video?
First hip hop artist to do a music video. I want to say Rapper's Delight.
Yep. 1980.
Yeah, I wanted to say Rapper's Delight because they had their first real hip hop album.
Right.
Because before them, everything was on microphone at parties. Right. And the people who did it then was Busy B. Busy B introduced people like DJ Red Alert, Melly Mel. At the time,
Flash.
Yeah, at the time, these were groups that were trying to form. You didn't have people like the Fat Boys yet. You didn't have Curtis Blow yet. This predates them. Because it was coming out of it, and this where that house comes in at, because it was a group called African Bambaataa. Rock, the planet rock, don't stop.
You know who started?
You can play that in house now. You can play that in house.
African Bambaataa started the whole hip hop genre.
That train. Mm-hmm. But when it came down to just grabbing the mic and over instrumental, Busy B, and it's accredited for taking form, and a lot of people say the Boogie Down Bronx, and a lot of people say Queens, and that's where that infamous battle between KRS-One and MC Shan happened, where MC Shan said the bridge, the bridge, because hip hop started here, and then KRS-One was like, the bridge is over, like no, it started here, and everybody like point blank, New York is the holy grail of hip hop. Like we could all agree to that. But what happened was people from the other side of the world said, I like what they doing. I like the gold they got. I want that. And what happened? NWA came out. West Coast came, and they came with gangster rap.
Well, they had to stick out in the worst way because, they had to take the spotlight from New York.
It was dangerous.
It was
it was dangerous.
They were rapping about cops and
cop killing, shooting cops
and oppression and stuff like that.
Ice-T had a congressional hearing against them. But this where it turns dangerous because now at this point the record industries are getting involved because remember they signed with Jerry Heller. Jerry Heller stepped in for NWA, and he brought them to the mainstream. Remember, they went to the White House. That it started reaching this platform, but this is where it gets dangerous. Not because it's just gangster rap. These were guys only just displaying where they come from. Ain't no harm in that. It's what they deal with every day. That's what New York was doing. The dangerous part is that it's starting to get marketed. Now, this is the message that's coming on the radio. This is the message that's here and now. The prison industry is booming at this time because they're making money off of these dudes that are carrying these guns, selling these drugs. Keep pushing it. Keep pushing it. Oh, my gosh. You want to talk about a hidden agenda. Fast forward up to the day. The hidden agenda today is to defeminize the man. To defeminize the man that's in the household. They're telling you that it's cool.
They already had all the tracks to go against the government and, F the police.
Dig this.
This and that. So
some of the best stuff never make radio. Wu-Tang, he don't make radio. Nas, a lot of his songs don't make radio. That conscious stuff, that's the sad part. The conscious stuff is considered underground.
There was a story that Wu-Tang had a flood and lost a lot of their material prior for them becoming Wu-Tang, like becoming who we know them as. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they already had it, but before we knew them, they had a flood.
The industry is dangerous. It's dangerous now because I find myself debating with the younger generation. I don't knock none of these kids.
I don't debate. I don't get into debates.
Now dig this. I'm not hating. I'm not hating at all. But you're not going to convince me. If I'm lying, I'm flying. This is the true argument between me and somebody, right? He sees a picture of rapper Young Thug. Young Thug has mascara, fingernail polish. He looks past that. Young Thug has a small pocketbook. It's a purse. He goes, yeah, that thing is fly. So I said, what? That's fly. I'm thinking he playing. He's serious. He goes, yeah, what? That thing. This is a young boy. That's ill. That thing fly. I said, why is that hot to you? What? He probably got like 20 racks in there right now. I said, so because he got 20 racks in there, that pocketbook is hot to you. Yeah. That's your story and you sticking to it. Yeah. I said, I could take you to somebody with 20 racks right now.
I don't have that.
I can take you to somebody with that same amount of money that you think is fly. If I'm lying, I'm flying. I could call somebody on my phone right now that got. I don't want to put them on that limelight, but they got 20,000 in their pocket now, and they don't need no pocketbook for that. Anytime I see something like that, you need a pocketbook to beat. I don't want that. I don't need to feel your music. I like T.I. I like Jay-Z. I like Dr. Dre. None of these dudes carry a pocketbook. A lot of these dudes don't even wear jewelry no more. If you could do a comparison picture from Jay-Z when he first started to where he is now, he had 10 goat rolled chains looking like Mr. T. 4-finger rings, fronts all in his mouth. He had the box fade. This when he hung out in Trenton.
Now I have none of that.
Now that man got a shirt that it's a regular sweater with pants, and he worth $1 billion. Now look at this. He worth 100,000 here. All the gold on fronts, all of this worth $1 billion here. Dressed like Steve Jobs, dressed like Bill Gates.
Like
these are dudes that they don't look like their money. They don't look like their wealth, right? Because the wealth is not inside of a Gucci belt. The wealth is not inside a pair of Jordans.
The wealth is inside of the mind.
Like, you want to make somebody look stupid? You got 10 pair of Jordans. You have no car. The side of your shoes should say vroom. Priorities are crazy. And that's messed up that the industry got us feeling like that. And that's why brothers kill other brothers, because they feel like they getting something when we not getting nowhere. We not getting nowhere. The industry is teaching us this stuff. Why do I got to hate you because you from the West Coast? Why you got to hate me because I'm from the East Coast? Music is music. We all young, talented brothers, man. And it's enough in this stuff for everybody. It's enough for everybody.
Absolutely. I definitely.
That's crazy. Like, yo, you from such and such hood, so I ain't rocking with y'all. Yo, I know people like that now. That I could be like, yeah, come on, something going over on the east side. They'd go, I don't mess with them dudes on the east side. You know how small Trenton is? You could throw a fart on east side and they'll smell it out. It's small. I've never been one for that. My family, like the way my family is, I got a real universal family. From my mom to my dad to my sisters to everybody. So I got family everywhere. Listen, young man, I don't know what you talking about. I don't mess with brothers on the east, whatever. But my aunt having a cookout. I'ma holla at y'all. I'm out. I'm about to go get some hot dogs and hamburgers. And I will literally go to the east side and have the best time of my life. I can go, what happened? Oh, our west side. Oh, this the party over there? Who throwing it? That's my mans. I'm going to go over there. I don't went to north, south, east, west. I would do that today. Do you understand me? If my aunt having a cookout on what, that my motto is, it ain't a man alive that can stop me from feeding my kids. That's first and foremost. There's not a man that can stop me from feeding my kids because I would do any and everything necessary to ensure that my kids are all right. We all want the same for our kids. We all want the same. That should be no reason Biggie and Pac dead. Like, these dudes was on the verge of actually talking, linking up. They was going to link. Like,
supposedly Big wanted to end it.
And people, yes, he did. He really did. And like real accounts, people next to them will tell you that. Like you're not hearing it third hand. You're hearing it from the source, like themselves. These are people that are actually with them.
We have come to that conclusion of pick up your head up. The night's over.
Oh, dag. Yo,
shout outs, my brother. Shout outs.
Man, listen, yo, my shout out tonight gonna be out of the ordinary. I want to shout out hip hop. Do you understand me?
Good topic.
Because yeah, it was, man.
I had you on from the moment I said the first couple lines.
Yeah. You're just like, man, who's the greatest MC of all time? And
still Big in my opinion. Still best battle rapper.
I still never answered that. I still never answered that. But I feel like the best MC alive. Let's say though, before we end, who the best lyricist alive? Hurry up.
Nas. Nas.
We agree.
Nas,
we agree.
Nas.
That's one thing we never said. We never said who's the best hip hop artist alive.
I mean, he never went, never went in corporate. He just kept it, he just
since he was 17 years old.
Yeah, he just kept it. Kept his style never changed.
He gets better with time.
He never, nobody ever talks ill about him because
you can't smear his name.
You already know he'll drop an ether on you.
He's solid. Nas is solid. Yo, so shout out to that. Shout out to you, man, for that right there.
Shout out to hip hop. Shout out to all the listeners. Shout out to all the viewers. Listen, we appreciate you guys always tuning in with us. We're never ever on script. We all started from the top. And we roll with it, and we made this interesting. This is how we do.
Yeah, I needed that. That was a breath of fresh air.
Right.
Yeah.
I knew it was a good topic.
I'm gonna play Big, Pac, and Ether when I get in the car. I'm playing it all because I like it all.
The crazy thing is that I got Big, Juicy in the car playing right now. Well, not right now, but when I turn my car on, that's what you're gonna hear.
Let me see. What was the last thing I was listening to on YouTube?
That's the realest thing.
Oh, my goodness. Last thing I was listening to on YouTube was Jay-Z, the Black Album, Moment of Clarity. It's coming up.
Again, shout outs to everybody as part of my life, my wife, my daughter. Shout out to Billy, one of a great co-host. Shout out to Ruben.
I'm not lying.
Shout out to all Hamilton Radio.
Jay-Z was in my archive.
Just thank you guys for always tuning in and listening to us. And Billy.
Much love, man. I love y'all.
We out.
Family and friends.
Peace.
Y'all be good.
I'm Ralphie Rotten. We're in Hamilton. We're on HamiltonRadio.net, and we're the Freestyle Freaks, and we're out. Peace. Yeah, that was